All right, welcome everybody. This is Todd Collins. Today, as I said, is May the 7th. This is our weekly team training or meeting, if you want to call it, for our gold and silver account team with Sound Money. Got a good one for you guys again today. We're going to start a little different than we have in the past. Today, we're going to fire off with social media collateral. This is week 5 since we've started this journey together, trying to help you guys find ways to navigate social media and how to market and go out and find your little micro influencers throughout your community. And if you get a few little ones, that'll be some great opportunity for you. And who knows, you just may land a big one in your area. I'm standing by to help with any of that, as is Bob Reed or whoever your personal team leader might be. Bob and I do want to welcome you guys here today. I see he is in the house. Thank you, Bob, for jumping in. I think hoping we have a potential special guest that might pop in here today too. We're standing by to see if he shows up, and I'll pause my presentation if he does because he might have some limited time. But anyway, back to social media collateral week 5. Today's topic is spot price, premiums, and the real cost. And I know all you guys know this stuff, but I think if you think back to when you first started taking a look at buying gold and silver, you might not have known those things. And the whole goal we have here is to educate the 95% of the people that are out there in our world that we live in. 95% of Americans, for that matter, don't own any physical gold and silver. And the reason why most of them don't own any physical gold or silver is because they're confused. And confused people don't do anything. What are they confused about? They're confused about things like where to buy it, where to sell it, how to not get scammed, how to store it, how to insure it, all the things that we talk about on our website. And our opportunity here is to help them educate them and give them enough information that they'll want to talk to you further and consider making that first purchase inside of their Sound Money wallet that you help them sign up. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about spot price premiums and the real cost today. Every week, I'm trying to bring you guys one of these. Here is this week's, I call it a thumbnail. I'm going to give you guys two versions of this. A couple people brought it to my attention that there's certain social media platforms that like a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning kind of a square box. Facebook's kind of cool with that. And then there's other social media platforms that like a 9:16 ratio. That's a longer version. And things like TikTok and a few Instagram, a few other ones kind of like those. So guess what I did? Trying to bring value, continuing to bring these things to you every week. It takes a lot of my time, but I love doing it because it's something that I think is going to help you guys. And I'm building a library of these things that are going to help me with something that I'm working on too. So it's a win-win for all of us. But as you can see here, spot price premiums and the real cost, understanding what you're paying for when you're getting precious metals, talks about spot price, talks about, hang on a minute, got somebody off mute. Oh, that's you, Bob. Do you have something you wanted to add? Okay, got it. Just making sure. Always will tip my hat to the expert when he's got a minute to talk and jump in. So number one, spot price. Number two, you rarely pay spot. Number three, what are premiums? Number four, what's the total cost? Pretty simple. Spot price is that base price for an ounce of whatever, melt price. Premium is what you pay as they minted it into whatever they turned it into. And a coin price is what you pay, combination of spot plus the premium. There's also, as number four states up there, taxes and shipping and whatever that might actually increase above that coin price when you want to send it out. So, or when you want it shipped to you, I mean. So you need to know what you're paying for. If you know the numbers, you can buy with confidence. Pretty straightforward piece there. Goal again is to give people just enough to get them kind of interested to start chatting with you. Thumbs up and a comment if you're lucky on your social media. It's also something that you can use to send out to your friends and family. Maybe you should have at this point. Maybe that's something we'll do for our next week's homework, Bob, is have everybody make a list of 50 people that they don't think own any gold or silver, or that might be interested in learning a better way to do it with our Sound Money wallet. And you should have a list of those people that every single week you're like, hey, I just learned something else that I think you might want to know, right? And keep teasing these people. Don't be a pest, but once a week, if you gave this to me and I didn't have any information about how to buy precious metals or any knowledge about it. Nobody ever taught me. My mom and dad didn't teach me. My financial planner sure as heck didn't teach me. She can't make any commissions on selling gold and silver. So I ended up an uneducated human being about the age of 48, 49 years old. And had no idea. I was ignorant to everything about precious metals. So if you were prospecting me and you'd been sending me stuff like this a little bit every week, this is a huge value add and a great way for you guys to start opening conversations. So throw this into the multiple areas of your, wherever you're doing things, social media. If you can print these out and hand them out to people when you're out and about. I've got new business cards that I printed up the other day, just came in the mail. And I've got the basics about a Sound Money wallet on it and a QR code that links people to my splash page. Same one you guys have or can get if you want it. Anyway, let's move forward here. I said I was doing the 1-to-1 ratio, also doing the, oops, went too far there, back up. Doing a 9-to-16 ratio. I'll show you that one in a minute. Actually, that slide must have got deleted accidentally. I have it. So I'll make both of them available when I put this up in the Band app later. But I've also done, same as I've done every week, a short video. Every week, just so you guys know, I spend $50, $50 to make one of these. I record the voiceover. I write the script, record the voiceover, send it to my buddy Jason. He does video editing and adds in B-roll to the back end of stuff. So every week, this is a $50 piece that I'm giving you guys. All right. If you're not using it, shame on you. It's a great piece, in my opinion. Every one of these are very simple, again, videos. These are called an explainer video. Let's watch this together. Spot price, premiums, and the real cost. Spot price is the starting point for valuing precious metals. It's the market price for 1 ounce today. When it comes to precious metals, hang on a second. I just got made aware that my screen is not sharing. Somebody needs to jump in and yell at me when I do things like this. Hang on a second.
I was just about to text you.
Well, thank you. Just jump in and tell me, for crying out loud.
Yeah, none of your screen you shared.
I'm going to back up a minute and we'll show you that stuff again. Yell at me early on if I'm talking about something that you should be seeing. Say something to me. Let's do this. I want that screen right there. I'm still a rookie, just getting used to this. My first day here. All right, you guys seeing the spot price premiums?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, if I'm talking about stuff, you don't see a slide, somebody scream at me. Anyway, I'll let that sit on the screen for just a second. You get the idea there, though. Basic information, high quality piece. I am personally making that with my time. Doesn't cost me anything, just several hours. But again, it's building my library, as are these videos that we're working on as well. Let's try that again. So this is the spot price premiums and real cost explainer video in a 1-to-1 format. Here we go. Spot price, premiums, and the real cost. Spot price is the starting point for valuing precious metals. It's the market price for 1 ounce today. When it comes to precious metals, the spot price is the current market price for 1 troy ounce of pure silver or gold that is available for immediate delivery. While it is quoted for a troy ounce, which is 31.103 grams, the price is largely derived from futures contracts and electronic trading platforms that operate nearly 24 hours a day, providing continuous price discovery. In the real world, you would rarely pay spot. You pay a premium, extra, to cover minting, distribution, and dealer costs. As an example, if gold spot is $4,500 per ounce, and a dealer quotes the price for a 1 ounce coin at $4,600, that includes a $100 premium. If a different piece is quoted at $4,700, it carries a $200 premium. Shipping and taxes can add more. Some dealers offer free shipping on large orders. Taxes depend on location. Why does this matter? You want to make sure to compare total prices, not just the spot price. Prior to making a purchase, always request a full quote that includes metal price, premium, shipping, and taxes. Don't miss next week when we tackle how to read price charts. Important disclosure. This not going to make you guys spot price, premium. Hold on. Not going to make you guys listen to that disclosure. This is the 9:16 ratio. I said a minute ago I forgot to put the slide in. I didn't. I just put it in a different spot. So this is a 9:16 ratio, a little longer form, got a little bit more information on there in a different format. You guys are going to get both of these, and you can use them however you want. And then there's also the 9:16 video, the explainer video. It's the same one, so I'm not going to make you watch that either. So, same as every week, guys, I want you to post today's thumbnail on every social media platform you're on. I want you to go to the Band app to find today's training. Download the thumbnail to your desktop like we do every week. Make sure you've started a file for these thumbnails so you can easily access them when you've got people that you're interested in sharing with. I also recommend, as a complete side note, that you send a copy of that to yourself in your phone and maybe text it to yourself and put them in a folder in your phone as well so that you have a quick link to those, both the explainer videos and these thumbnails. Again, that'll help you when you're trying to text or email out to your sphere of influence or any prospect that you may have. If I'm standing next to somebody like I was this morning and I have an opportunity to talk about precious metals, if I don't have my business card handy, sure is nice to be able to pull up a quick image or a quick video and just shoot it right over to them in my phone. If I'm fumbling and bumbling around in my emails, like, God, it's here somewhere, I can't find it. What was that called? You just look like less than a professional. So have your tools on hand. That's a free one today, no charge for that. Also, please review all the comments below the video for this is what you put on your post. Post the video. Please review all the comments below the video for the digital assets you'll need to make your post. That's going to be on, again, in the Band app. You're going to copy and paste that thumbnail, put it on every post, on every platform, and every possible place you can think to stick that. The more places you are, the better. You're going to have these comments also underneath this post in the Band app for today's training. And when you hear spot price and premium in relation to precious metals, do you know what that means? That's the question. Enter down a couple times, say you must understand these terms to make sure you're paying a fair price when you're buying gold and silver. Comment, tell me more, and I'll be happy to send you a 2-minute video to make sure you know exactly what you're buying. All right, super simple, right? Explainer video. If they do, I'm sorry, add this disclaimer in as well. I'm not going to read that. We've done that every week, and it was just in the video that I was playing a minute ago. Make sure you put that disclaimer on every single post you do. You don't want to be acting like you're giving investment advice without clearly stating that you're not trying to give investment advice. And that disclaimer will keep you from getting your tail in trouble. As my wife calls it, getting your tail cut. So as I said, remember you want to respond to every comment, jump in their DM, direct message, and ask them if they'd like to see the explainer video. So if they comment, whatever it was I just said here, tell me more, as it shows down in the bottom right here. If they do comment, tell me more, you want to send the explainer video. Don't post that explainer video in the comments under your post, right? So if your post is, back up here a little bit, if your post is this, and underneath that, you've put the verbiage that I put there, and one part of it says comment, whatever I just said, to learn more. You don't ever respond to them in the actual public post. You take that to them in a direct message so that the rest of the people looking at your post don't get that information for free. What's the cost of getting that information? Engagement. And everything about social media is engagement. Let me jump back to where I was here. So again, if they say, tell me more in a direct message, send that video to them. If they say anything else, I don't care what it is, you're stupid. I've never thought about buying gold and silver. Why would you buy that? Dollars are good. Stock market's at an all-time high. Whatever their comment is, that's when you want to respond to those comments. Jump to them and respond to that comment publicly is fine, but jump into their DM and ask them if they'd like to see the explainer video just because, right? And also encourage them to join our Band app because there's more information being posted there all the time. It's an educational platform. And you can find out when our current Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday weekly trainings are. I think I forgot to put Tuesday on that slide, so forgive me. Update your tracking system. That's your notebook or your piece of paper or your Post-it note that you stuck on your wall or whatever, digital worksheet like me. And make sure you keep the details about every comment. I already said all that, pardon me. May 7th prospecting assignment. You're going to keep reaching out to your schools and churches from your list. You want to follow up weekly or whenever you said you would until you get an appointment or they decline wanting to meet. Add another 25 schools and churches to your list. Keep expanding that. Start the process again. That process is super simple. Gather info, send email, call to follow up. Be persistent, but don't be a pest. And if you exhaust your local community, expand into the surrounding communities or counties to extend your reach. Make sure you're talking to grade schools, middle schools, high schools, college schools, vocational schools, beauty schools, any kind of school you can think of. Just keep adding more prospects to your list and keep doing those basics day in and day out. This is back to Bob's success training that he's always done. If you're set aside a certain amount of time every week to focus on your side hustle, in this case, your gold and silver business, you need to be doing the same consistent activities every week. You can't control the results, but you can control the activity. And I promise you guys, activity will eventually pay off. It may not pay off this week or this month, but over time, if you stay consistent, you will see results from anything that you do that is consistent marketing like this. We talked about your splash page earlier. They got a couple new guests here today, so I'm going to cover this. You can order your splash page now. If you're saying, what the heck is a splash page? Well, it's a website that we created called goldandsilveraccount.com. It's got a personalized slug, so I'll use Kevin Bynum since he's the person at the very bottom of my screen right now. Kevin, you could have goldandsilveraccount.com/Kevin Bynum or any other name you want. I'll cover that in a second. This will enable you to share your message much easier. You can put a business card together with that URL on it, QR code that they can scan that points to that URL. If you don't know how to do that, you can reach out to me, Todd. Let me think a minute. I got to make sure I give you guys the right address. It's todd@goldandsilveraccount.com, and I'll be more than happy to hook you up with a place where you can get a dynamic QR code is the one that you want, and there's reasons why. Actually, let me just explain that right now. A dynamic QR code will allow you to change the URL that image reflects from. So if you created, you all know what a QR code looks like, and you put in there goldandsilveraccount.com/Kevin Bynum, and you've got all these marketing materials in place, and you might be printed up hundreds of business cards and flyers and door hangers and whatever, and everything points to scan the QR code. Well, what happens in the event that you don't want to maintain, or maybe someday I don't maintain the goldandsilveraccount.com membership going forward? You can't afford it next year. Whatever the case may be, that's okay. All you have to do is go where you bought that dynamic QR code and put a different URL address in there. Maybe you create Kevin Bynum goldandsilver.com and build your own splash page, make your own commercials. You're able with a dynamic QR code to change that URL to point to it. But if you have a static QR code, you can't do that. It's stuck on that URL. That image can only reference that one URL for the rest of its life. And now you got to make a new QR code and print all that stuff up again. You want to make sure you're promoting the Sound Money wallet. We're doing that now on the splash page. And you get a hyperlink to your Sound Money account. So what does that all mean? This is the actual website. And I'm not going to go through this. Oops, I keep doing that with the clicks here. Sorry. I'm not going to go through this point by point today, but the website talks right there. Open your free gold and silver account. There's a 6-minute video that very clearly tells the story of why dollars in the stock market and some of your other investment vehicles might not be that great if you're trying to plan for a safe and secure, sound future. Your wealth strategy might have some flaws in it. That is a Sound Money Wealth Strategy video, and it explains why silver and gold have always held their value much better than any fiat dollar has. And then there's a bunch of did you knows why people don't buy. I covered that a minute ago. Don't want to be scammed is the biggest one. Heard everybody gets taken advantage of in that business. Then there's a 2-minute video that says right there, watch this to see how we remove the barriers. That 2-minute video is a step-by-step what you need to do, why a Sound Money wallet is the answer to those barriers to entry. It solves every one of those problems. And guys, there's nothing else in the marketplace that does what we do, that has the best dealer direct fractional buying, that has vaulted storage in an insured and secured vault, insured by Lloyd's of London, audited daily. That video covers all of that. It does. No, nobody else will ship to you. I'm sorry, not everybody else that's out there will ship to you. Some of them want to hold it in their vaults and they charge you an inordinate amount of money to ship. We have a very reasonable shipping expense. And on the back end, which is probably the biggest benefit that Sound Money Wallet has, we offer the best buyback in the industry for fractional gold and silver by a lot in some cases. So that video explains all that. So it's our goal to help everyone own physical gold and silver. We try to remove all those barriers. Join today for free. There's all the things that benefits you get with the Sound Money Wallet, physical assets at digital speed, blah, blah, blah. Not stacking. Join now. Already doing it. There's a better way. So get started right there. Takes them right to let me just click that and see if it works today. It is. Takes them right through to signing up using your URL. So when you do that, I have an account, so it knows that. It defaults to sending me to try and log in. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm sorry, this is create an account. So you put a phone number in there, you hit continue, and it walks you straight through that process. Now all I got to do is figure out how to get back to my slide presentation. Never done that before. That could be interesting.
It,
Backspace.
it didn't show. It didn't show the click through.
Oh, it didn't. Okay. Hang on a minute. I killed my slide deck. What am I on here? Slide 30. Oh, there. Shoot. I saw it and I took it away again. Rookie. All right. Let's do that. And then I got to go. Where is my slide deck at? Well, that's fun. There it is. All right. From the current slide. Let's get back here. All right. So I was looking at that slide. Let's keep going forward here. Get your replicated website for only $100 a year. If you want to be one of these people that has this website, all you got to do is give me $100. I'll be more than happy to put that together. And you stop doing that. And you get splash page options. You get, as I said a minute ago, that / whatever. I forget Gary Bynum, I think I said. You could be Gary Bynum. You could be Bynum Enterprises. You could be GBD. Whatever you want to have is that slug. That's the after the / that's the technical term for it, which we have a guest here today who's one of our members, Susan Keeley, who helped me build this website. She told me what a slug meant. I'd never heard that term before. Anyhow, with that, you can create any extension on the end that you want. And you also have right there, as I said, you can be goldandsilveraccount.com, Jane Doe, Doe Enterprises, JD, whatever. I don't care. How do you order a splash page? Right there on the very top of the website, you click that order splash page button, and that's going to walk you through a very simple process. Bob, can you confirm that sharing on the screen?
Yeah, it's sharing.
Good.
And also, there's a video there if they want to watch to teach them.
Yep, I lost my screen. I don't know what this thing keeps jumping around for so much. Sorry, guys. So anyway, you click that button, you get to this, it's $100 for 365 years. It's a recurring expense. You have to shut that off if you don't want me to bill you next year. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's hard to tell the story that I tell here for $100, but if you can do it, go for it. And you go right on through. I'm just going to walk through this real quick. Todd Collins, my phone number, 219. I'm going to put a false one in here. 1212. No spaces or dashes, it says there. Put your email, todd@wherever.com. And then the affiliate link, that's the most confusing thing to everybody. I'll come back to that in just a minute. But what you want to put here is your display name. I want it to be the Todd Father, because that's my nickname, or whatever I want. It doesn't matter what that is. It's going to still point to whatever this affiliate link is right there. All right, so the next slide here shows you how to get that affiliate link. You go into your Sound Money wallet. You log in with your credentials. You go to settings. You go to ambassador. That's going to expose this ambassador link right here. You're going to click copy link. And then you're going to paste that link right there, an affiliate link. Okay? If you don't do that, it's okay. Your website's just not going to get created instantly. I'm going to get something that alerts me that someone paid me $100 for their Sound Money account, but I'm going to see that the website doesn't work. I QC all these, quality control them as soon as I see that payment happen. And you're going to go, hey, it doesn't work, and send me an email anyway. I can hop in the back office of my website build, the WordPress engine that's back there, and I can fix your affiliate link. I'll find it if you do it wrong. Don't panic if you can't figure that one out. Just put your best guess in there. But again, you want to hit that button right there that says copy link, and it's going to pick up your whole URL there, and that'll make sure that you pass through to your Sound Money account. Your person does, I should say. Also,
as a hint for everyone, it is your username. So it's sound.money/ your username.
Whatever good hint.
Your 7K Metals username is the same username as your sound.money for those that had a 7K Metals account. For those that doesn't know what that means, when you get your Sound Money Ambassador account, you create a username. And that is what goes on sound.money/ username.
I'm trying to figure out how to go back a screen here. There it is. Hey, I learned something too today. Bob mentioned a minute ago very astutely, right there is a how to order your video. So I don't know what it was, 6 or 7 minutes long. Sorry, how to order your splash page, I mean. It's a video that's 5 or 6 minutes long, and you can watch that, pause it, and do step-by-step what I just showed you how to do, and it is almost foolproof. Almost. I'd probably still screw it up. New marketing collateral. I brought this stuff to you guys' attention last week. We've created a new 30-second commercial that I will replicate with your / whatever on it. I have to change all of the script. I have to do the edits on it. I have to send in a new thumbnail, and I've create the thumbnail and send it in to the gal that does these things, and she'll rebuild it. I think I've asked, it says on the slide, I think in just a second. Hang on. I'll get back to that in a minute. Here is that video.
Owning physical gold and silver shouldn't be out of reach. At goldandsilveraccount.com/RMW, anyone can start buying fractional gold and silver at dealer direct prices for as little as $1. Best of all, setting up your account is free. Thousands are discovering a smarter way to stack every day. Open your free account today at goldandsilveraccount.com/RMW. Open your free account today at goldandsilveraccount.com/RMW.
All right, so Rich Mancuso, giving a tip to him. He is RMW Rich Man's Way. He was the first person to put an order in for a website back at the beginning, and I decided to nod to him. So the rest of this little slide deck through here has a couple of things. So if you were Rich Mancuso and you spent your $100, you would get that video. I'm sorry, not $100, $75. I'll get to that in a minute. You would get that video, and then you also get a replicated thumbnail, which looks just like that, goldandsilveraccount.com/RMW. Why do you need that? Well, if you're going to post your video publicly, you need to start by probably sticking that someplace like YouTube, which is where I have all of my collateral. And when you do a YouTube video, it gives you an opportunity to pin a thumbnail on it so that when you send that out, they see that instead of the first, whatever they call it, the first, my brain just went off. The first screen of the video would be normally what they would see if you didn't do that. This allows them to actually see just that for the promo pieces that you may do. And you always want to be advertising your exact link, right? So the RMW is on there, Rich Man's Way. And then last but not least, you get a replicated full page ad that you can use anywhere that you want. This is what that ad looks like. And again, I've done this one replicated for Rich. He's going to get this today. He paid for this whole package the other day first, as I said. I got a few other people that I've got this put together for already. They're all going to be sent out later today. I have all of the collateral. I just haven't had a minute to do it yet. And you can see right there what I've done is I've taken all the key points of a Sound Money wallet, not all of them, but a good number of them, and put it all in one stupid, easy to understand piece of a document, right? So again, you guys can use this anywhere you want. You can put it on one of those things at restaurants called the little placemat. You can go rent space, stick that on there. You can put that on social media. You can text or email it out to everybody you know. You could go to a movie theater in your local area and say, hey, I'm interested in advertising for 30 seconds or 10 seconds, whatever it is, before the movie plays in your theater. Find out what that expense is. Stick that up on the screen. Do whatever you want with it. I don't care. You might want to actually have this be something that it's at the 30-second commercial plays, and then that shows up on the screen. You can do whatever you want with it. It's yours. The deliverables, again, replicated thumbnail with your slug, replicated 30-second video sent to you via transfer. Replicated, everyone can own physical gold and silver full page ad. The cost for that's $50. Actually, it's a lie. It's $75. That slide was wrong. We'll fix that for the next presentation. It is $75. Sound Money account is the link that you're going to use to send me that. All asset classes are acceptable, gold or silver and bars or coins. I don't care. The process is super simple. You're going to email me at that email address, letting me know that you've made that payment. You're going to make the subject, my commercial is ordered. The body is going to say, confirm you transmitted the $75, not $50. I had to raise that. The expense was way too much for redoing these. I was not expecting the lady to tell me how much it cost to redo each one off of the template. It was a much bigger number than I thought, hence the increase in that. So I apologize. This was the original slide deck I put together. I forgot to change that. And then last but not least, add your Sound Money wallet username, which is / your username, so I can track those payments. All right. If you want to take a screenshot of that, that also works, and just add that into the email. Please allow 5 days for delivery. That's 5 business days, it should say. It does say for delivery, and I'll get those back to you guys as fast as I can. I had a few more of them than I thought I was going to have in this first order. More are coming in on the regular, so get your order in, and I'll still do everything I possibly can. What is today? Thursday, to get those to you no later than next Wednesday. All right. Thank you.
It'd be better, Todd, if they go to the actual training that was done on this last week, and because the screenshot is correct with the $75. That's the one I've been sending out to people. But it's $75. Before you end, Todd, because I know you're about to say thank you and end. I'm going to
do a Q&A after this, though.
Yeah, but this is not part of Q&A. This is part of what you're doing here. I want everybody to understand when I say that Todd's bringing 21st century network marketing to network marketing or to affiliate marketing, either one, it doesn't matter. Everything that's been said from the beginning to here, posting on Facebook, making a presence, doing in very short clips for 25 years in gold and silver. Ever since YouTube's been around, I've been teaching. What you've all heard me, many of these subjects, all of them, teach 35, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, sometimes even more on every one of these subjects. But our job was to get people to listen to those, and that became much more difficult. This Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen X, and even some of our generation has no patience to listen anymore. But what they do, you can catch them with short clips. But when Todd was saying make your presence with these little thumbnails and take, what I challenge each one of you to do is to get out of your comfort zone. Take that list of everybody you've known. Start a program where you're going to send them something once a week that you won't be a pest, and it's all informational. Use these clips, use these thumbnails, use these little video explainers and send to them. And you just keep doing that. You will get results. This is the same thing that we teach to build a list of 500, go through them real quick. You're searching for those that have an interest. Then you keep following up because that pipeline is where you follow up. But now you've got added avenues. You got the social media platform. Everyone knows I'm not a social media platform. I'm a one-way person. I've got my Facebook. I've got my Tea Party. I had one of the largest Tea Party in the whole country with people who had influence because I had so many followers. However, I didn't engage in that. My job was I did one-way communication, but it was effective. If you've got in social media, and what I'm starting to engage in social media because that's where you can get information out, you can get your presence there, you can get your message across, and then as Todd is teaching, and Juliet, you've got to engage. So I'm just saying, this is 21st century marketing. It's not any different than what I've done in 35 years in network marketing, belly to belly, and then teaching and then duplicating this process. But those of you that duplicate and do it in this simpler way, you're going to have much. They may come about a little slower, but they will come about because it's informational. This is a no-brainer. It's free, and to get their gold and silver account, and everybody knows, all of us, you, I, and everybody here, everybody that hears this in the future, knows you need God's money, and this is a way to do it. Simple, easy. They can stick their toes in it, and they don't have the fear of losing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But they can accumulate wealth, and they can earn wealth. Thank you, Todd. What all you're doing is just fabulous. It's going to bring this whole gold and silver industry to the general public and teaching ways to people to add extra income and make income with gold and silver. Earning gold and silver is just, to me, the biggest no-brainer concept that we've ever had. And that's why I still love the Sound Money Wallet and what we've done, what we're doing with it. Thank you, Todd.
Yep. Perfect. So let me just finish. I'd say, as you guys can see, while Bob was recapping that, and Bob, I appreciate that. I went in and fixed all these slides, so next week that won't be wrong. It's $75. Send it to the /Sound Money account. So just go in there and search for how to do a gift. Send that to me, and I'll get that put together. Thank you guys very much today. See you all next week. And don't forget, try to bring a friend, somebody from your downline, somebody you've been prospecting. I don't care who it is. It's a great opportunity for them to learn and be part of the community that we're here or that we share here. We have something that people want. They want to be not just silver and gold. They want to be included in a community of stuff. That's the biggest need that we have in this crazy world we live in today, is to be accepted and feel like we're part of something. And this is a movement and a mission that we can all wrap our arms around. You know, as Bob was just talking, I'm thinking about all the kinds of different things that have changed in the world. Social media and these, you know, the attention span of people. Like Bob said, it used to be, it was real easy to get people to show up at a meeting. Well, that's no big deal. You're going to give me a drink, a couple of snacks. I'll be happy to hang around for an hour and a half, listen to a presentation. That belly-to-belly thing was really easy 20, 30 years ago. Well, a lot easier than it is now. I don't know if really easy counts. But what's hard now is to get people to give you their attention for more than a minute. And the reality is with social media, especially with videos, it's a whopping 3 seconds. If you don't grab them in 3 seconds, they scroll again to the next one to see which jumps out at them. You know, so the videos that we're trying to do, they're educational, they're purposeful, they're the gap that you guys need filled. And again, I am not making any money with what I'm spending to do all this stuff between time and dollars by charging you guys for this stuff. I'd love to give it to you for free, but I can't justify that. And I hope that is fair. Bob is right. If you try to go out and build a splash page, you're going to spend, actually Susan's on here. I'm not going to have her tell you the amount, but it was at a comma in it, the amount of money that I had to spend to build that splash page. And I've spent another several $100s above since then, making a few edits to it. For her to make changes to the new videos that we had. And I want to add in the free account stuff. I have to pay somebody to do these things, guys. And the lady that charges me to do the actual videos, she's not cheap at all. Go ahead and try to make a video that's got B-roll behind it. Good luck. As I said, Jason's charging me $50 for 2 minutes. There's a 6-minute one there and a 2-minute one there. And we've had about 4 iterations of those since we started this. And that all goes on me financially. So I'm trying to bring the value to you as inexpensively as I can. I'm not looking to get rich. I wish I would. But here's the biggest benefit that Bob didn't just talk about there. You have the ability to prospect somebody. And when they sign up and pay the $199, when they get to that moment, you make the $99.50. 50% of the $199 is $99.50. You also get that 1% metal matching bonus for life. But this is the part that a lot of people seem to not really track in on. That's an annuity, that 1%, because it's going to pay every time they buy something going forward, but there's another whole level of pay there because you made that $1 on the $100 they bought today. Well, if gold and silver go up 100% or silver goes up 100% this year, your $1 became $2. So it's just like having an investment in your future, having these people underneath you that are buying gold and silver through your link. And if you're not doing that, I'm going to try to get to it myself. So get out there and promote this stuff to your sphere of influence and take advantage of the opportunity that Sound Money's put in front of us. It's a really good one. And as you can probably tell, I'm a little bit excited about it. Rich, you got a question?
Yes, the last slide you had, the bottom part in the body, you got to change the number there.
Okay,
It
thank
still
you.
says 50.
Okay.
And I just want to say thanks. Great content, making it super easy for me and probably everybody else who uses it, I'm sure. And great job. I can't wait to start sharing it. There was something else I wanted to say, and I just can't remember. I got a blank.
That's all right. You have my phone number and email.
No, I wanted to share with everybody. Definitely, you are 100% right. If you wanted to build something like this on your own, been out there, I've done it. It takes a long time and it's very frustrating and it's very hard to find help to do it. Trust me, you're getting a great deal. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you for that plug, Rich. I appreciate it. The other thing is that anything you do, whether it's a thumbnail or a post that you're going to put on Facebook, or you want to build a website, make a commercial, whatever the case may be, you better make sure it's compliant because you'll spend all that time and money, and then you're going to get a lovely letter from Sound Money saying, "Hey, someone just sent this to us, and you said the word investment in it. You can't use that word. You forgot a disclaimer, and now you got to take that down." So I had this. I learned this the hard way. I had a really good video that I did 4 years ago, and it ran real high through YouTube with a lot of watches. And then I had one word in it that was wrong, and I had to delete that video. And guess what? All that traction that I got on YouTube, gone. Because that's what continues to push that algorithm is people liking it and sharing it and commenting and me commenting back. And if you guys want to hear a real sad story, Bob, out of curiosity, you've seen all the stuff I've posted. I haven't ever thought of this to ask you this. All the material that I've recorded with the trainings since 2021, the trainings, the videos I've put out, the public speaking that I've done, the events that you and I've gone to that were recorded that we posted. Would you take a rough guess of how many hours of collateral there is there?
Yeah. Since 2021?
A couple hours a week, twice a week for a long time.
I would say, let me just take a guess at saying that is about 1,500 hours.
I'd say it's a pretty good guess. I would have said somewhere 12, 14, 1,500, something like that. So that's how much time I've spent in front of this camera with hours before it of presentation, preparation, and all that. And I'm only saying this so you guys can feel sorry for me. All the stuff that I did that talked about other things besides just Sound Money, I have to delete all of that collateral. So all of those channel tractions that I had, all the followers that like that stuff, what I don't want to have is someone go onto the new YouTube channel and watch today's training and then click the next video and see something that doesn't exist anymore and confuse them. I don't want your prospects having that problem. And so I sat the other night up in my chair and about teary-eyed the entire 2 or 3 hours as I deleted hundreds of videos that I'll never get to use again. The good news is they're all stored in my computer. So when I die, my kids, when they're stupid bored and missing me, they can watch me training about gold and silver. But no one else gets to see those anymore. So I say all that to say this. This is the exciting part. I have to do it all again. So when I talked about needing to recreate a library a little while ago and the things I'm working on, this is it. So this is the next legacy, and everything that I'm doing, if you're on this team, I'm sharing it with you to use as well. Some of it I'm going to charge you a little bit for because it costs me a lot of time and money to do it. Some of it I'm going to give you for free. You guys need to go out. So far, you have a $199 cost for a Sound Money wallet. You have $100 for my splash page and $75 for some pretty solid marketing materials. That is $375 that you have to start your own business. That is nothing. And the opportunity is ridiculous. But you got to open your mouth and share, or at least use your thumbs to share. One of the two. Prefer your mouth. Anyway, anybody else have a question before we wrap it up today? I ran a little long. Sorry.
Hi, evening. Yeah, I've got a question. Really great
Yes.
content. Thank you so much. Learning so much. Yeah, my question is, if I don't upgrade to the 11199 volt storage fee, but then I manage to get a whole load of prospects underneath me joining and they invest in gold in the vault, um, do I still get commissions if I've not paid the 199 fee? Does that hold somewhere, or do I lose those, or do how does that work with and without the 199 storage fee?
The first question I have is, how did you first enroll in Sound Money Wallet?
As an ambassador.
Okay, so you came in fresh, just that was the only thing you came in since like March 2nd or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the answer to that question is that you can get commissions or you can't. Like, I think about this. Bob, help me on that one.
It's not commissions. Okay. It's not commissions. You're
Right.
earning gold and silver in
Gold
the
and silver, correct.
ambassador program. So you're and yes, you can, even at the 500 level, when you refer another person and they get a sound money account like you do, a free one, and they start buying their gold and silver, you've clicked in your settings that you agree and you put in your tax ID number and agree to the policies and procedures of being an ambassador, that enables you to earn the metal bonuses. Okay. And yeah, it is commissions, but they don't use the word commissions. It's
Right.
metal bonuses. And so you'll start when the people who have a Sound Money wallet linked to you through that process, when they buy $100 worth of gold, you'll get $1. When they buy $100 worth of silver, you'll get $1 of silver of like metal deposited into your account, but that makes your account goes up, and that's a good thing. So if you get all metal deposits from people buying gold and silver and it gets to 500, then you're going to need to upgrade. They'll put a halt on your account.
Yep.
You can't put more than 500 in there until you do that click one-time upgrade at 199. And when you do that, 199.50 or whatever it is, and when you do that, whoever enrolled you, they'll have $100 worth of gold deposited in their account. And now you have unlimited amount of gold and silver with no storage fees and no insurance fees that you can continue to accumulate and build on. And the great part about it, any of those that you shared it with, when they need to upgrade, you will get the $100 of metal bonus deposited into your account. Hello. And then that $100 of gold, like Todd was saying, that's going to grow on its own. And you got it just because you shared the wealth of getting and owning gold and silver through a Sound Money wallet account. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. And does this relate to 7K metals as well? Do they have the same commission structure at all?
No, they do not. 7K Metals was previously a network marketing company with a network marketing compensation plan, and they stopped selling bullion, gold and silver, more than a year ago. It was only then purchased through Sound Money Wallet, but
That was
Sound
a
Money
member
Wallet,
benefit we had there.
that's right. It really sold what is called collectible gold and silver. So rated by two of the biggest independent rating companies, PSMG and NGC. And it's either a perfect coin or not a perfect coin. And that's it. They had their commission structure, multi-generational, meaning that it wasn't just one-on-one like an affiliate program like it is here in Sound Money Wallet.
Yep.
Okay.
But that no longer exists.
Yeah.
They now are an affiliate program also, but they only handle the collectible coins.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Good answer to that, Bob. One other side note on that. I don't know how this applies over across the pond for you, Johanna, but in the United States, just to be clear, if you've got somebody that enrolls as uh, a free account and they don't get over $500 this year, like say in 2026, but they have a whole bunch of people underneath them that start, buying gold and silver, they've introduced it to them. I would venture a guess that the IRS is not going to say that you have a 1099 home-based business because you never paid anything for the business. The sniff test on that is two things. One, did you pay something of value for the business? And two, are you having to keep the lights on every month by doing something? And we don't have to keep the lights on by doing something with our Sound Money wallet, because it stays active. But every year you got to buy $1 worth of something to get it for next year. So that's every 12 months I have to do something. So that's keeping the lights on every 12 months. So if you're talking to somebody, and again, I don't know what they do over there, but here that there's some tax advantages to this that you can write off your 199 Sound Money wallet subscription. You can write off the business cards and buying the marketing materials and your splash page and all those things, which you can do here, which again is another reason for you guys to spend the money on these things because it's tax deductible for you. And that brings up the last point, then I'll go to the next question. Back to what I was talking about when I have to pay other people to do these things, the other people that are like the ones making the videos, both Jason and the gal that does the longer videos don't have Sound Money wallets. They haven't quite figured it out yet. So I have to pay them in cash, which means I have to liquidate your $75 into cash, which guess who takes the hit on that? Me. So that's sort of another complication there. If I could figure out a way to have you guys pay them direct, that'd be great. But we don't want to get into all the accounting and the credit card charges and all of that. So I'm trying to make it simple. That's the reason behind it. Rich, you have another question, or is your hand just still up?
No, I just wanted to clarify, when you get to $500, Bob said your account freezes. I think I know the answer to this, but just to help everyone clarify, you either have to sell some to go under 500, or you definitely have to upgrade.
That's
You can't
correct.
make another purchase unless you can't do anything else unless you upgrade at that point.
So even if you have some of the metals shipped to you, that lowers your value of 500, and then you can start buying again.
No, that's a different story. If you ship your metals out and you only have 300 in there, you can buy another 200 before you hit that ceiling again.
That was the answer I was looking for. I
Yeah,
knew that,
just
but I just
yeah,
wanted to clarify. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Just remember, if you ship your metals out to yourself, now you have a different scenario, which is I need to liquidate these metals that I have in my safe at home. I got to insure them. I got to pay a big penalty to liquidate them. They're, in my opinion, take it or leave it. They're much better off in the Sound Money wallet long term. You should have some at home. Always have some on hand in case there's an emergency, but pretty easy to liquidate it, get it back to your checking account. Rich, I fixed those slides as well. Thank you for the heads up on that. Gary Comfort, you're up next.
Quick question, which I'm sure has been covered many times, and that is, how are we notified when somebody signs up?
You're not notified when they sign up for free, but when they pay the 199, you're going to get an alert in your transactions in your back office that shows that there's a new $99.50 paid there.
So we don't know who signs up for free?
No, we don't know who signs up for free. I have had communications with corporate on that. They are looking at ways to make that possible, that you can see who is underneath you. But you guys got to remember there's some banking regulations here. Privacy laws are even higher than they were before with regard to who is underneath us in the network marketing business. So they've got some hurdles to overcome with being able to distribute, hey, Bob Smith enrolled under Bob Reed, and here's his name, his email, his phone number, because we get to see everything they buy. And that's a problem. That makes sense?
Yes.
They're trying to work through that, though. I did want to share my screen real quick, as Bob pointed out a minute ago. When you log into your Sound Money wallet, this is my demo account. Sometimes things don't work in here either, so just bear with me. This is where I had you guys all sending your $100 for your websites or the 75 for your splash pages or whatever. But back to your question in transactions right there, if somebody joined, you would see at Silver Fox. That's all you're going to know about them. All right. And that you got your $99.50 hypothetically. Also,
That's only when they buy something, Todd.
oh, you're right. Because you're going to get gold and silver when they get deposited. You're right. My bad on that one. Yep. And then
Not
the other
only-
thing in the settings here, if you want to make sure your ambassador is in order, you click that link right there, ambassador. I showed you where that link is, but right above that, ambassador status, if that does not say active, it's going to say something else there. And I don't know what it would say because I became active the day it started. I never had a chance to look at this.
It says that you have to agree to the terms and policies, and you have to insert your tax
Tax
ID.
ID. Right. So my point was I don't know exactly what it says there, but that's where you validate yourself so that you have ability to earn those commissions.
Todd, could I just jump in there? And if you
Yep.
scroll down, you can see who signed up.
Yeah, I'm not going to scroll down because that's personal information.
I just wanted to let them know that if you go to that spot and scroll down, you can see who signed up for free accounts. It tells you basic or premium.
Oh, you're right. It does. Look at Rich Mancuso giving us a little extra love there. It does show that down there. Very good. All right. We got one more question here. Pauline Sexton.
Hi. Sorry, I've missed you guys. I haven't been available on Thursdays, and it
We
sounds like
missed you.
it sounds like I need to go through some of the back training that I've missed in the last couple weeks. Okay, I obviously have Sound Money. I've had it since I was in 7K Metals. I certainly got more than $500 in there. So there's where I just got a little bit confused. I realized that the other lady is in England and there's different things. I thought I was already grandfathered in.
Okay,
I'm
so that's why I asked her the question that I did. She was not in 7K Metals. She said she just joined as a 199 Sound Money person since this started. Everybody that was in 7K Metals, whether they had the 149 membership or the 599 membership, whether they had a autosaver on or had an autosaver off, if you were a member on April 1st of 7K Metals, you were automatically grandfathered as a lifetime membership. So the 199 fee doesn't have to be paid again. You're given an account as if you
That's
did.
what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Great question. I knew that was going to come up from somebody. As soon as Johanna threw out there that whole other thing, I was like, someone's going to ask that question.
And Pauline, you're right. You need to go to our band app, and all the past trainings are posted, and then you're able to review them. And it's best to scroll down to the bottom and then work your way up. Go from the oldest training until you catch back up.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. That's going to be a wrap for today, right on the hour mark. Thank you guys so much for your time. Please come back next week. Please let other people know that we're bringing value here. The more people we can get into this. Here's the thing. If we got whatever there is here right now, 15 people or whatever watching this, that's the people for our team that are going out and spreading this information around. Everybody has a massive sphere of influence of people that need to buy gold and silver because 95% of the people don't have any. Okay. So if we're all taking brand awareness forward with goldandsilveraccount.com, that's going to start to get recognized. Oh, I heard of that. Just like 7K was in 2016 or whenever it was they started that business. No one knew what the heck 7K Metals was. But a year or two later, they had hundreds of little minions out there saying 7K Metals over and over and over again. And I heard of that. Oh, I heard of that. 10 years later, almost everybody I knew had heard about it. Well, they heard about it from me. But when that name got brought up, that name recognition, that brand recognition is so important for credibility purposes. So you guys are on a team that's trying to do that. We're trying to bring that forward, bring people here, bring them into our community. And Bob and I and the rest of you will love on them together and help them find a way to help succeed and make some money for themselves as well. Help people while they're helping themselves. Good day to you all. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody. Go.